CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the chicken is here, bringing you another Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to go over everything that you need to go to 5 engine rooms. And we got Mr. OP Destroy, we got Shish Kebabber on the chat. But first, guys, make sure you're using the code chicken in the shop when you're buying something. We are doing the giveaway in about 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. But guys, let's start off. OP, we'll go with you first. How are you doing on season 14? What do you think? What do you like? What do you not like?
Yes, thanks, Chicken. Thanks for having me, man. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm sitting at 5 now on both my accounts, and right now I made it 21 on my Sunboom account. So I like that. I do like the fact that Warriors are still being used at this point, and because I don't have Bombardiers yet. But no, I like the fact that Warriors are being used, and even Heavy Zuka is making a nice little stage appearance. So I like that. I'm not too thrilled about the base race kind of stuff, but other than that, I'm actually okay with it, man. Thanks for asking.
Cool. Shish, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting, the choices we have on the tech tree. A lot of diverse attack metas, and we've seen a big shift from early barrage now into kind of like heavily defensive. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it out of the gates, little stale, little grindy, little, kind of the stuff that we don't like about Warships. But after, like, I don't know, midway through 4 engines, it really kind of opened up. Like, we had, like, Heavy Zuka was basically the dominant meta, which we haven't seen for a long time. And that's kind of basically what everyone's been asking for, right? Was to not have just a simple heavy rush base race, which we did, obviously have at the beginning of the season. But to open it up to where, it's still a base race, but, like, at least it's, I don't know. It's more about free clearing than.
Well, yeah, you had Warriors too. Like they had a lot of viability. Yeah.
So it's just nice
And
that
rocket
it's a little bit
choppers.
different. I don't care what it is. It's just make it not the same thing every time.
Exactly. And the deck layouts have been pretty nice too.
Yeah, and like you said, Shish, it's really kind of shifted into the more into like a defensive meta. So I'm not at 5 engines just yet. Of course, as you guys can see here, I'm literally 1 key shy of getting the chest, so I had to wait another 8 hours. So you guys are already both at 5 engines, but like I was just saying, Shish, you said that it's really switched to a more defensive meta. What's been kind of like, what have you been seeing, like, once you went to 5 engines? What's been important, what's not been important?
Well, boom cannons, like you want to have boom cannons if you don't already have them. They're pretty strong because they hurt most attacks. I would assume you've already got flamethrowers, but then having shock launchers is pretty important, as are the prototypes. I would say doom cannon's the first one to get. We've also got shock blaster a little later on.
Right.
Yeah. And the mortars are good too. The reason why I've been adding mortars to my base here recently is just because of the health. Like, a lot of people are free clearing bases, so just putting more junk on my deck takes them that much longer to kill it.
Now, are you seeing Seekers at 5 ERs?
Oh yeah, no, there's Seeker players that have kind of like, not taken a lot of defenses, and they've gone forward into 6, and I've been fighting them from the mid-20s, and so a lot of the players have fizzled on a base like this. I've got the DBD, I've got the damage amp, all my defenses are max, except for the mortars. They are ranked 4. They're a new addition.
Right. So the reason, guys, we're showing you this base is this is it's a really good base for 5 engines, and like Shish was saying, it's kind of he's got the shock launchers kind of in the middle, but he's really got all the firepower in the back. So by the time they get to the end of the base, they're really starting to fizzle out. So, it's just going to slow them down, if nothing else, at the end of the day. So.
And I copied this from Sugar. Shout out to her. So a few modifications.
Sugar ship.
Yep.
So yeah, let's just go over the tech tree here for a sec before we get into some live chicken attacks, which are always fun. So yeah, obviously we want to go to 5 really quickly, but what's kind of the next path? Like, are you guys looking at Kavan, or are you just looking at the straight quickest path to bombers? Like, what are you guys thinking? OP, we'll start with you here, because you just went to 5, right?
Yeah, I did on my main account, but on my Sunboom account, I don't have a hero, so Kavan will be the superstar for me.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's pretty obvious which way to go. In this, after the 5th ER, it's the Troop Health, of course, and then Kavan and the Diddles. and then maybe going down to that multi-node. I don't know. Then you got the next ER, and you got heavy choppers. Now I know there's a DVD down below there
Yep.
that would be nice to have. Just if you have time, go back and get it, I guess, because right now Shish says he didn't have on Mini Bobber that DVD. So, and secret players are fizzling kind of on that base. Not all of them, but some are. That would turn up the heat a little bit more. But I think the top path is the way to go. Most players probably went that way.
It is interesting because I mean it's kind of like one or the other. Like they're not really interconnected because it's the path is disconnected between this multi-node and DBD. It's not like you can just quickly go and get bombers and be like, oh, I should have went back. It's like you really got to commit to either the top or the bottom here.
Exactly.
So
But
Kavon's so expensive. 48 keys, really? You think that's the best way?
But there's still another node in your way. I think the top is still cheaper when you add it up because you got to add the Cryoneers.
Which are completely useless.
And you got the heavy chopper node there too. There's a couple extra nodes you have to pick up if you go the bottom route. See, top route just has 2 nodes between the ER, and the bottom route has 4 nodes between the ER.
But without the building health and the building damage, would heavy choppers not be great to have? Just to flare, like to rush engines with?
Well, yeah, I was hit by one of those attacks today. It was 7 heavy choppers, 1 Zuka. And he beat me.
Yeah, because everyone's got max Zukas too, right?
Yeah, he had a pretty good time. 240 something.
Because I was seeing, some people are at bombers already, and they were saying that the times are slow. It's like 240-ish with bombardiers, because it takes them so long to kind of walk out. Obviously, they crush the base, no problem, but it comes down to a base race at the end of the day, right?
Well, yeah, and it comes down to if your Zukas can live or die. If your Zukas live, they're better than Bombardiers. If they die, nope, Bombardiers are better.
Right.
So, yeah, as things get, meatier, the Bombardiers get better in that regard.
Right.
And the other thing is about hero selection, it really comes down to what you think the final meta is going to be. Are you going to be a Seeker guy, or are you going to be a Bombardier guy? If you're a Seeker guy, you want Bullet as your hero. You don't care about Kaban. But are Seekers really that good? I don't know. Like, I've seen a lot of people fizzle out today. I don't know. People might be investing too much into Seekers.
Well, that's true, too, especially with what we've been saying recently. It's kind of shifted so defensive. Like, maybe if, everyone was going, kind of the tech riding path and just, unlocking stuff, maybe Seekers would have had, a lot better kind of what we call, effective tech window. Sorry, Shish, I'm stealing all your terms. But maybe they would have been a lot better if people, were kind of bypassing defenses because they didn't, There's so little ice this season, but since everyone's kind of going back and upgrading everything, it seems like being the optimum path. Maybe Seekers aren't going to be quite as good. They're still going to be good, obviously, but maybe not quite as good.
Effective tech always has an expiration date, and I think we might have already been past that. It might have already expired on the Seekers. Those first few people that got there, they got tons of stars, but I think it's expired, or it's on its way out.
Right.
Well, guys, let's get into some live chicken attacks, everybody's favorite. Right now I've got, I'll show you guys how I'm doing it at 4 years, just in case anyone is kind of, stuck like the chicken was back at in the 4-engine meta, which was not, wasn't the most fun time, but, it's important to cover nonetheless. So basically what I'm doing now is, once I got rank 4 artillery, I was able to just free clear and barrage or barred out 2 of the engine rooms. And it's literally just that simple.
Yeah, this is a pretty mundane way of hitting these bases here. You just gotta, manage your GBE. Bullet with shock knuckles is your best go-to here. If you don't have shock bomb, well, even if you do, I'd still probably bring shock knuckles, and that way you can, muster your way to a potential victory here.
That's it. That's how I've been doing it. What do you guys think of that?
Beautiful, man.
Pretty
It's
exciting.
good. You might be able to speed it up by using a critter box on the ER. They might be able to chew it down a bit, depending on how well it's defended.
Right, I guess it kind of depends on the base, layout and stuff. But yeah, that's definitely an option. So we'll do one more here. Tercio Español. OP, you speak Spanish, right? Can you tell us what his name is?
Tercio Español.
Yeah, there we go. Translates to use the code chicken in the shop, I think, right? Something like that.
In Espanol.
I'm not sure. I don't know, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, that's something we didn't touch on. What are your guys' attacks looking like at 5 engines? OP, I know you were using warriors in your stream a lot the other day, but are you switching it up at all, or is it pretty cut and dry?
Well, it depends, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If they don't have the DBD, we do warriors, and I just bar out the shock launchers, and I just have fun. Now, with flamethrowers present, it makes it a little bit more spicy.
Right.
But nothing a max medkit can't help. But nonetheless, yeah, it just switches. If they have the DBD, we go heavy Zuka. So it's pretty much a heavy Zuka or warrior attack at my angle right now.
But it's changed up a lot from the 4 engines. I picked the wrong engine room here to bar it out.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Oops. We're losing a lot of time here. Hopefully the Zukas don't go poof. Ooh, a lot
A few of them.
Only 50% of them. That's not a big deal. But yeah, I guess we'll cover the attack strategies in another vid. But yeah, just picked the wrong one to go do on that. But it doesn't matter. You guys got the gist of it. But yeah, big shout out to OP and Shish for coming on. Yeah, we'll not look at that attack. That was not so good. We're still 19, so it's okay. It's okay. But big shout out to you guys. Thanks so much for coming on. As always, guys, make sure to check out their channels. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out. Back.